Greetings, beautiful people. Welcome to Human Growth and Development with Professor Sims. This class is DEP 2004. It's an asynchronous class and it's all online. That means there's no scheduled Zoom meetings and you're not required to be on at a specific time. But we do cover the information and have conversations on a weekly basis. So in this short video, I'm going to highlight some of the questions you might have if you haven't read the syllabus. And even if you have read the syllabus, this might clear some things up for you. Okay, I want to talk about some of the basics. First of all, Canvas is how we're going to communicate. Pretty much everything happens on Canvas. So you really want to play around with Canvas and become very comfortable, very familiar with Canvas. Next, this is the required textbook. Okay, the title is Invitation to the Lifespan. It's 5th edition by Kathleen Stason-Berger, and Macmillan Learning is the publisher. Now, I do have a colleague, Professor Bernhardt, who is willing to share a digital copy of an older edition. So if you're okay with doing a little extra work, I can get you a digital copy of the older edition. This most recent edition has a few updates, some updates in terms of research, but it's very similar. Okay, but you will need a textbook. If you don't want to buy the textbook and you don't want to, use the free digital copy that I'm offering you per a really good friend of mine, you can also go to the library and you can also go to the modules in Canvas where I provided PowerPoints and videos for pretty much every single topic or chapter in our course textbook. So you're really going to make sure that if you want to learn about human growth and development, you're going to have to put some effort in. So other than the textbook, I already mentioned that this is an asynchronous class, which means that we don't have a required time to sit and meet for Zoom or anything like that. However, I will be making weekly videos. If I get a lot of people watching the videos and giving me thumbs up, I tend to be more consistent. But when I notice not a lot of people are watching the videos, I don't make them. But I'm planning to make videos just because last semester several students benefited from the videos. So if you think this video is helpful, give me a thumbs up or leave a comment. If you have a question, feel free to leave it in the section below or even in Canvas. All right. So on a weekly basis, you're pretty much expected to spend a bare minimum of 3 hours. This is a 3 credit hour class. So you're expected to spend at least 3 hours per week on this class. That 3 hours could be, one sitting, or it could be spaced out over the entire week. But 3 hours is the minimum. More than likely, you're going to need to spend a little bit more time than that because some weeks you'll have more reading than others. For instance, most weeks you'll be reading 2 chapters and you'll have a discussion, and occasionally you'll have other assignments to do. So 3 hours is the least you could possibly do. Now, the next thing I want to say is this class can be really fun, okay? So try to have some fun with it. Your attitude really matters. I know that we only see each other virtually, but the discussion board can get a little spicy. And I can tell you from past experience that, sometimes the discussion board is popping. It's like reading the comments on a good thread on a social media site. So go ahead and you give it your all and have fun with it. So I want to talk about grading and points because this is the part that most people are really interested in. I know a lot of you are probably nursing students or your early childhood education majors or your physical therapy assistant majors. And so you're like, I need to get an A in this class. Well, if you want to get an A in this class, all you need is 540 points. It's that simple. 540 points out of the total 600 will earn you an A in this class. And you might ask, well, how can I earn that A? Okay, the first thing we'll say is test. There are 2 tests in this class, the midterm and the final. The midterm is worth 100 points and the final is worth 100 points. So that's a total of 200 points. 200 out of the total 600 comes from you taking a standard test. Now these tests are proctored via HonorLock, and there is a fee for HonorLock, but HonorLock is a Google Chrome extension, and you're going to need to use HonorLock to take these tests. So the tests have about 50 questions. There's usually about 5 or 6 chapters, sometimes more. But I try not to have more than 5 topics. But sometimes the way the content breaks down, it ends up being a few more chapters. But yeah, that's what you're going to expect. The midterm is cumulative from the first day of the semester to the midpoint, and then the final is cumulative from the midpoint to the end of the semester. And there's no essay on these tests. They're only multiple choice. I will warn you that the tests require critical thinking. So they're scenarios, and you're asked to apply what you know to the scenario. Some of the questions require you to synthesize information. So to think about information you've learned from multiple chapters to truly understand what's being asked of you and what the correct answer is. The reason why I give tests like this is because it gives you a chance to practice using your brain, which is what you're going to need when you are an elementary school teacher or a nurse, or you're having any job that requires communicating with other human beings or manipulating data. So anyway, there's two tests and there's 200 points. One benefit that I will say about my test is that even though they're proctored, I make a note that every student is allowed to have a cheat sheet. So that's 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So a standard piece of typing paper. It could be typed, handwritten notes, whatever you prefer. And then you use those notes when you take the test. So you get to use this cheat sheet when you take the test. And the other thing is I give a makeup for the midterm. So if you do poorly on the first test, you don't have to stress out. Just need to know that you're going to take that makeup at the end so that you can do better the second time around. There's no makeup for the final, so pretty much you need to, be prepared for that final exam. I do offer a little bit of extra credit, and I do offer a few practice questions to help you be successful on the test. But largely, if you're reading the chapters, watching the videos, and participating in the class, you should do okay on the test. All right, the next way to earn points is the group project. And the group project is worth 100 points, but there's some assignments leading up to the project and just after the assignment, after the project, that are worth 50 points. So that's how you get your total of 150 points. Now I've made an entire video, a couple of entire videos going over the project, but the short story is this is a research assignment. You and a few other class members are going to be assigned to work together, and you will do um, a deep dive on a topic that's relevant for human growth and development. So you might have something assigned to like child prodigies, and there might be 4 other students in your group. And then you and those 4 other students decide, are we going to make a PowerPoint presentation? Are we going to make a video? What are we going to do? But you're going to research the topic and you're going to basically teach the class about your topic. You have about 15 minutes to do it, and it's virtual, so we don't come in person. You submit a PowerPoint that has speaker's notes, or you submit a video, and I share that with the class. And that's how you'll basically earn 150 points. There'll be more information about the project to come. For now, you can go to the module that says group project and read more about the group project in the group project module, or you can watch the video. I'll link it in the discussion in the description so that you can, if you want to get a head start, you can see it. So we're at 350, which is a little more than half the points. The other way you're going to earn points is by completing some actual discussions. And the discussions are going to be where you'll have a prompt. And the prompt could be watch these videos. You usually have a choice. So watch these videos, do this quick application, or maybe answer these questions. And you decide which one you want to do. And then you give a thorough response, and then after you do that, you reply to 2 or more class members, and that's how you get points for class participation. The discussion board is where a lot of the learning happens. So if you give a good, thorough discussion, you learn while you're teaching the class, and then you learn from your class members when you're reading their perspective and commenting on what they said. So the discussion is going to add up, and you're going to get about 100 points with the discussion. Now, in addition to the discussion, there's some other writing activities I want to point out. We have a paper and reflection. The reflection is simply your opinion. At the middle of the semester, I'm going to ask you to think about what you learned and how you can apply what you learned to either your future career, your profession, or to your personal life. And so I ask you to reflect on the information, and then you'll have to write a paragraph or 2 paragraphs, and they're guided questions. And so you'll get points for that. You do that at the middle of the semester and again at the end. And reflection is really important. This is how we consolidate the learning. This is how we make it stick. Okay? So you'll have to do that. And then the other thing is the paper. Now the paper is more standard. And so you're going to be expected to be a little bit more formal. Okay? So we're thinking the academic tone of the paper is much more, the facts matter more than your opinion. Whereas with the reflection, it's just your opinion. All right. Now, because we're in a psychology class, this is all about developmental psych. your paper is going to be using APA style. APA stands for the American Psychological Association, and APA style is an editorial style of writing. So APA, the organization, is massive, and if you're a psych major, you should totally join. But if you are a nursing student, you're going to have to use APA style in future classes. So you might as well practice right now. But you'll have more information on the paper coming up. I've broken it into smaller sections, so it's not one big paper. It's more like mini assignments. And but each of those mini assignments basically culminate in a 2 to 4 page paper. And this is going to fulfill our Gorton Rule requirement. So what I mean by that is we have to have a certain amount of writing in this class, and you have to show or demonstrate that you're proficient with a certain level of writing to pass this class. So that level is a C or better. So you really want to do well on the paper or on the small paper assignments that basically come together to equal 100 points so that you can get one step closer to your 540 points. The last thing that I'll mention for as far as ways to earn points is the syllabus quiz. The syllabus quiz is available now, and after you read the syllabus, I strongly encourage you to go ahead and take that syllabus quiz while it's fresh on your mind. The syllabus quiz is due this Sunday. Our first day was Monday. Today is Tuesday, and there's a tornado warning or watch or something, so the college was closed, but I'm making the video anyway because I like y'all. Anyway, the syllabus quiz closes 3 days after the due date. So if you don't do it by Sunday at 11:59 p.m., it's going to show late in the computer. However, I am not taking a late penalty. You just have a 3-day grace period to still get it in and earn points. If you miss those 3-day grace period, you exceed that, the grace is over. You get what you got, which is a 0. So go ahead and do it. Now, if you take the syllabus quiz and you don't get a perfect score, no worries. The syllabus quiz you actually get to take twice, and the higher of the 2 scores is what counts for your grade, and that's worth just 10 points. There's some built-in extra credit also in the class, so you'll be having a crossword puzzle at some point with the content that I'll make and share with you guys as a way to study and have fun with the material and also learn and get bonus points. You also have a personal introduction that we started on as of yesterday. That is a way to get some bonus points and kind of get familiar with who's in the class. Who are you studying human growth and development with, right? So that's how you earn points. As I said before, you only need 540 of the total 600 to get an A. And if you're just trying to get a C, you only need 420 points. The scale is here on the board, on the screen, so you can see, it's right there it's right there. Okay, I wanted to keep the video to 10 minutes, but I didn't quite make that. But if you have questions, comments, compliments, or concerns, there's several ways to get in touch with me. First of all, I host office hours on Mondays and Wednesdays at the Ocala campus in Building 8, Room 106G. Come by and see me. The hours are in the syllabus, and they're also on the homepage in Canvas. But it's basically I'm there for most of the day, 9 to 11 a.m. in the morning before my first class, 12:15 to 12:45 after my first class, and then I'm there again after my last class, which ends at 4:45, and so I'm there until about 5:15. So you can call me. My extension is 1612, or you can stop by. If you need to email me, the best way to get in touch with me is via Canvas inbox. So I'll see that message a lot faster. But if you email me at my simsatcf.edu, I'll get that also. I do respond in 24 to 40 hours, Monday through Thursday. If you email me on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, I ain't here, folks. Okay? Just saying. So Monday through Thursday, I'm here for you for those questions, comments, compliments, or concerns. The last thing I'll point out is that there is a discussion board titled Questions. Are you confused? And this is the equivalent of raising your hand in class. I would suggest checking this questions thread because you can post a question there or you can reply to a class member. If somebody posts a question and you knows the answer, you can help them out. Or sometimes you might go on there just to, put it out there so somebody can chime in with you. I check it once a day, Monday through Thursday, but that discussion thread that's pinned titled questions is for the class, so anybody in the class. There's actually 2 sections merged for this online asynchronous class, so there's tons of people in our class. We have like 50 students in this class. So I think that's pretty much all I want to say. I'll see you on the discussion board. À tout à l'heure.